25 years ago, KDKA-TV was WDTV, and Eleanor Schano was a fashion model and a student at Duquesne University. In short order, Eleanor made her debut during the early days of Pittsburgh television on a show called Ghost to Ghost with Bill Burns. In 1958, Ellie moved to WTAE-TV, where she became the city's first television weather person and a commercial spokeswoman.
Ever wish you could control the weather, keep it fresh, clean, mild, all year round? Well, you can, if you live in a total electric home. Because no matter what the weather is outdoors, indoors the temperature is always mild and pleasant, just the way you want it.
While at Channel 4, Eleanor also appeared on Channel 11's old K Calls for Cash program with Kay Newman in a syndicated feature called Gateway to Glamour. Women throughout America watched Ellie's tips, and many looked to her as an example of a working mother who could combine a glamorous career.
There's a great deal being written these days about preventative medicine. This is the idea of taking care of your body before any serious ailment occurs. And I think the same approach can be applied to beauty. Take care before the particular problem exists. If you're between the ages of 18 and 25, you may feel that this program does not interest you at all, because we're going to be talking about a double chin, a sagging jawline.
As television started to come of age, Pittsburghers watched Eleanor Schano become a very prominent woman. At Channel 4, she achieved the distinction of becoming the city's first woman television news reporter, and in the mid-60s, Eleanor was on the scene to report events that would later be called the start of the tumultuous war years.
About 250 students gathered peacefully on the lawn in front of the Cathedral of Learning for an outdoor rally sponsored by the University of Pittsburgh chapter of SDS. The main speaker was Rennie Davis, a founder of SDS and one of 8 persons indicted by the federal government on charges growing out of demonstrations at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago last August.
Well, Strom Thurmond was the man who wrote the bill that will essentially outlaw speech that talks about social change in America. I'm not being charged with any act, any criminal act. No one is saying that I threw a brick or hit anybody or committed any illegal act. What they are saying is that it was my intention to urge people to come to the Democratic Convention and to have a demonstration against the war. I think that the problem, though, is to focus on the young people and the black people in this country that are trying to get together to stop this violence. And I think it's tragic that more and more policemen now are being used against American citizens to suppress their right to assemble and to demonstrate. We see it in Berkeley, we see it in Columbia, we see it in Chicago. And I think that it's very important that people speak out against the increasing use of official violence, whether it's in the United States or in Vietnam.
Mr. Davis told the group, quote, "Our defense is to be on the offense," and he invited the students to join the conspiracy. His trial is set for September 24th in Chicago's federal court. This is Eleanor Schano reporting for Channel 4 News.
By the late 60s, more and more women were cropping up on local television newscasts and in more prominent roles. In 1969, Eleanor joined WIIC-TV, where she received an assignment that helped hundreds and hundreds of Pittsburghers.
Tonight, not one, but 2 follow-ups to report, and the folks down at City Hall really deserve a big round of applause. Once again, they came through, responded immediately to a personal request from Action Line. Now, both complaints came from the same street in the West End. It was about the middle of July that the folks began screaming about this eyesore at 38 Wabash Avenue. A building abandoned for a long time had nearby merchants and homeowners frantic. It was a potential tinderbox, wide open, used almost every night as a haven for precocious youngsters and derelicts. Well, we notified the city's building inspector's office. They ran a check, told us the owner had been notified last January, given 30 days to fix up or tear down. Well, since nothing was done, the city went out, they condemned the building, boarded it up, and at least it's some progress. Now that folks can at least sleep these nights.
At Channel 11, Eleanor later became Pittsburgh's first primetime news woman anchor person. And at noon, Ellie and Adam Lynch teamed up for the Noonday Report, while on Sunday night, Eleanor's News Watch kept us posted on the latest events.
The FBI has confirmed reports that the search for Patty Hearst is once again centered in the San Francisco Bay Area. But another report says that fingerprints belonging to William Harris, who along with his wife Emily is believed with Miss Hearst, they were found in a New York apartment once occupied by Jack Scott, said to be a friend of the fugitives. Well, Scott is also missing now. Here's more on that story.
Today, many Pittsburghers think of Eleanor Schano as an institution. She is the only woman to ever have appeared on all 3 network affiliates in the city, as well as WPGH TV. Having grown up watching Eleanor and being inspired by her, and then having the chance to work with her, I know how much Pittsburghers will miss her professionalism and her friendship, and how much we wish her well.